Hey, everybody. Welcome to Base Builders Friday. We do this the first Friday of every month. The goal of this is really to just bring together some of the core builders of Base, share what's top of mind for me, and then open it up for questions. Because we find that it's always really helpful for people to get firsthand connection to me and the rest of the team who's here. If you have questions, save them for the end. We're going to have probably like 15-20 minutes for questions. So you should feel free to just save them, write them down, and pop in then. Now, if you do have questions throughout the presentation, as long as they are relevant to the content that I'm talking about, feel free to drop them in the chat. That's the best place to engage. And then if there's stuff in there, I will kind of pick them out and answer them as we go. You can save raising your hand for the end. We'll get that. And if you are listening in and you're getting excited, if you've never used Google Meets before, there's a little smiley face right in the middle of the screen at the bottom. And you can just hit that, and that'll give you some emojis. So that'll let you react there. Eli's got it. Everyone's got it. If everyone can give me a little, celebration, that's going to get us going in the right way on a Friday morning. So with that, let me dive into it. Welcome, everyone. Thank you for being here. It's Friday. We got a stacked agenda. I'm going to start by talking about our mission, vision, strategy. Hopefully, this shouldn't be news to you. We talk about it a lot because it really grounds us in why we're here and what we're doing. Then we'll talk about Onchain Summer and the Buildathon. Then we're going to talk about the Smart Wallet, which just launched on Wednesday. Then we're going to give a little overview of scaling Base and the progress we've been making there. And then finally, we'll open it up for Q&A. So just to ground us in the why we are here, Base's vision is everyone on chain, the entire world on chain, 1 million builders, 1 billion users. The why, the how, the what of how we're going to do that. The mission is we're going to build a global on-chain economy that increases innovation and creativity and freedom. So that economy is Base. It's going to grow faster and faster. More and more people are going to get brought on chain through it. They're going to live better lives with more economic freedom. And then after all of our work is done, everyone will be transacting on chain using all the incredible apps that y'all build. In terms of our strategy, there's really 4 parts of building economy. The first is building a really powerful developer platform. So this is what all of y'all are building on. If you're deploying smart contracts, you are putting your app on chain, and we are working to give you the best possible tools that you could have to make that really easy. So that's the first part. The second part is nurturing a really vibrant ecosystem of apps that give everyday people and businesses a reason to be on chain. So this is what's actually going to bring in the normies. Y'all are going to build a bunch of apps using that developer platform, and then they're going to come use those apps to solve their everyday problems. This is really, really important. The more people that come on chain, the more useful things there are going to be to do, the more people there are going to be that can use your apps. And so we're focused on creating that ecosystem that will actually let people come on chain. The third part of the strategy is fostering a deep capital market that makes it so Base is the center of the on-chain economy. And the way that's going to happen is people are going to take those apps that y'all build, they're going to on the developer platform, and they're going to bring in their capital. They're going to create new kinds of content, and all of that's going to start to form this capital market where people are transacting and exchanging, and gradually moving more of their money on chain on Base versus off chain in the legacy financial system. And in order to make all that possible, we need to have a really scalable, decentralized, reliable platform. And so we're doing all of that work underneath as the underlying foundation. So if you're building on Base, probably and almost certainly you should be contributing to one of these pillars of the strategy. If you're building infrastructure, you can contribute to building a powerful developer platform. If you're creating an app, you're helping us nurture a vibrant ecosystem of apps. If you're building DeFi, you're fostering that capital market by bringing capital into the ecosystem. And then if you're contributing things like the OP stack, you're actually helping us decentralize and scale to make sure that everyone everywhere can participate. That's the strategy. And then in terms of values, we are constantly telling people to stay based. The reason why we are saying that is because we believe that in order to build a great on-chain economy, we all need to share a set of values that have us working well together as a community and pushing towards this long-term vision, this long-term mission, and the strategy that we're doing to execute it. So we talk about Base being for everyone. We talk about Base being a bridge, not an island, which means we want to connect into the broader on-chain economy. We talk about Base being decentralized and open source. And then finally, we talk about staying based, which means being true to yourself, putting the team over the individual, working hard, and staying super creative. So as you are working, those are the values that you should be embodying as you're building. So that is our mission, vision, and strategy. And again, this is the why, this is the what, and this is the how. So if you're ever curious or you're feeling a little bit ungrounded, come back to this and recenter you on why we are doing it, what we are building, and how we're actually going to accomplish it. And with that, I want to talk about Onchain Summer. This is the second Onchain Summer, and there's so much energy that we are already seeing bubble up Onchain right now. This was the billboard we made. We let people open it up. We saw thousands of remixes of the billboard, incredible energy. And we have a ton of stuff that is going to all summer. And we really want y'all to build and participate all summer long. Because this is not something that I can build alone or the base team can build alone. Onchain Summer and the mission of bringing the world on chain is something that all of us need to do together. And so we are putting up a lot of stuff to make that happen. We're going to be supporting people to create local channels in their community so that they can actually bring in folks in their language that actually can kind of bring Onchain Summer to the broader world. So let me just walk through each of these really quickly. First thing I said, we're going to be having cool things to do on chain. This week, we started with that. You can remix the brand. We have an on-chain boiler room that Coop and team have been running. We have a really cool piece of art that Emily G did. You can find these in Coinbase Wallet, on Coinbase, and base.org. One cool thing to do every day on chain. Please check them out. Second thing we really want to say is remix the Onchain Summer brand. We built it open source so that anyone can do anything they want with it. If you want to have your project featured during Onchain Summer, we're going to be doing everything we can to let folks get distribution through Coinbase and through other channels. And so if you scan this QR code, that's going to take you to a form where you can actually put in your smart contract details, and that's going to let you get distribution through all of the different channels that we have. So please do that. The more stuff that we can actually get on chain that are cool and into this registry, the more ability we are going to have to bring the world on chain, because there's going to be so much creativity, and we're going to be able to help people do cool things on chain, and that's going to bring the world on chain. And then the final thought is join the Buildathon in June. If you haven't already heard, we have 200 ETH in prizes all month of June. You can do payments, commerce, discovery, creator, social, gaming, unplug, trading. And you don't have to be technical or be a developer to build. We have a whole track, the unplug track, that lets anyone come in and build without being technical and build things in your local community. So even if you're not a developer, please build this summer. 200 ETH in prizes from us and those sponsors, and then another $150,000 that other people have put up through our decentralized bounty program that are eligible for folks to win. And one cool thing about this is that if we all build this summer and we get our TVL to $10 billion, I'm going to go bald. Maybe not forever, but I'll do it for a little bit. And you can sign up for the Buildathon and then mint this NFT to show that you are part of the effort of making me go bald. So please contribute to that. We just crossed $8 billion. My wedding is next Saturday. I'm crossing my fingers that we don't cross 10 billion before my wedding. But if we do, so it goes. So that is Onchain Summer. Thank you all for bearing with us as we had some technical difficulties there dealing with the open platform. We're going to dial that in for next time. Now I want to talk a little about the smart wallet. If you didn't see the smart wallet, we launched it this Wednesday from Coinbase. And really the goal of the smart wallet is to make it incredibly easy for anyone to come on chain. So that includes really fast onboarding with no separate app or extension. You just do a fingerprint and you're good. Super easy way to pay. You don't have to do money movements. You can just pay with your Coinbase account. Soon you'll be able to pay with a debit card or a credit card, and that will just happen in a transaction. It's going to work across every app. So this is not an embedded wallet where you get one wallet per app. This is a unified wallet that works everywhere. And then it can be fully gasless. So we have Paymaster integration, and we have $15,000 in credits that can let you do gasless experiences to make incredible, easy on-ramps for new users who've never been on chain. So this can actually let you build something where someone can come in, they can do something cool in your app, get started without ever having to do anything like put up a credit card. And we think that's going to be really, really important for welcoming in this next wave of folks to the on-chain economy. And so just to kind of like highlight those details, if you build with the smart contract wallet, you can get $15,000 in base gas credits. Brian just shared more on that. You're going to be eligible for another 40 ETH of rewards in the Onchain Summer Buildathon. You're going to be eligible to get featured during Onchain Summer. And we have a ton more information about it. So you can read more on the Coinbase blog. Brian just shared a tutorial for integrating. It's really, really easy to do. It takes literally a day. Yesterday, I asked Varun at Farcaster to add support for the smart wallet at 5 p.m. By 9 p.m., they did it and shipped it. Took them 4 hours because most of the time it's just bumping your version. So you'll bump your Wallet Connect version, or your Rainbow Kit version, or your Privy version, or your dynamic version, and that will make it so you automatically get the smart wallet. And a lot of people have been asking kind of like, what does a best-in-class smart wallet integration look like? And so I actually wanted to just show you guys what I thought that looked like. So let me quickly share my window. Here it is. Matcha, which is a trading app. Matcha, which is a trading app, just integrated the smart wallet. And here, I'm already logged in. They have 2 buttons now. Before they just had one. One's a connect button and one is a create button. When you click create wallet, it just pops up the smart wallet. So I'm already logged in here. Actually, let me just log out so I can show you guys this. If I just click create wallet, oh, you guys can't see that actually. It's because I'm not sharing that. Let me show my whole screen. This is going to be whole screen. Share, do not disturb. Ooh, Matcha. They have these 2 buttons, connect to your wallet. If you click create wallet, it's already open. If you click create wallet, it's just going to pop up the smart wallet flow. So a user can now go in here, they can click create a smart wallet, and it's just going to help them save a passkey, and then they'll be off to the races. If they already have a smart wallet, like I do, just unlock my 1Password. There we go. And then come back to this. I'm going to accept my smart wallet, and now I'm logged in. So that's a super easy flow that will let any user just immediately create a smart wallet, and they'll be off to the races. Now, if you click connect, it pops up the whole list of things where you can log in with any wallet. What this does is it lets users have a really clear experience where new users know where to start. They just create a wallet. And existing users know that they can just connect their wallet. And so if you're doing a smart wallet integration, I'd really encourage folks to adopt this design pattern where there's one flow that just creates your wallet right out of the gate with the smart wallet. And there's another flow which gives existing users kind of more choice in letting them log in with any wallet. So now let me just close this, go back to Base Builder Friday, and I will continue. So that's the last thing on the smart wallet. Again, if you have questions on the smart wallet, feel free to ask them in the Q&A section. The last thing that I wanted to just quickly talk through is that we are continuing to scale Base. If you didn't see, last week we raised the base gas target from 6.25 gas a second to 7.5 M gas a second. That was about 50% or maybe like 30% higher capacity. And you can actually see we raised the gas target here, and then we drove down fees as a result of it. And so today, fees are the lowest they've ever been on Base. You can do most transactions for less than a cent. And we've, since starting our scaling effort, now 3x'd the throughput of Base. So we started at 2.5 mega gas a second, and we are now at 7.5 mega gas a second. So we're going to continue scaling really aggressively. Our goal is a gigagas a second, which is actually 1,000 mega gas a second. So we're at 7.5, and we're going to get to 1,000. So that's scaling. There's a bunch of other improvements coming soon. We have compression that's going to reduce our data availability costs coming in Fjord. That's going to ship later in July. We also have EIP or RIP 7212, which is going to reduce the cost of the smart wallet by something like 90% in terms of gas costs for doing new transactions. And that's going to be a huge win as well. So that is scaling Base. Again, we're just going to keep pushing on this. And then the last thing, and this is my favorite part of every, let me just pin this. The last thing is, this is my favorite part of every AMA, is the community shout outs. We've had an incredible community effort building on base. And I just want to quickly talk through some of these folks who have been really leading the way on base. Dami has been bringing base to African builders. He's did an incredible job doing that I forget exactly what the conference was called, but the ETH Frontiers with the whole Ethereum Foundation team there. And he's about to do a bunch more on-chain summer buildathons across, I think, 4 or 5 cities across Africa. I love seeing that. DevFolio has been doing on-chain summer, and they had the whole idea to help me get bald this summer. They ran with it. It's driven incredible engagement. Linda G has powered the entire decentralized bounty program for on-chain summer buildathon. They've raised $150,000 of bounties, which is more rewards for awesome builders. Sammy built Speed Tracer, which continues to be a great example of a little mini game, and I'd love to see more mini games. He also was an early adopter of the smart wallet and is showing people how it's done. Onchain Gaia's is an incredible NFT project that's been doing AI, art, really creating culture on base. Limon has been building a community in Rome and beyond. He also has probably shipped more hackathon projects on base than anyone I've seen. Tim Riley has been leading the way with Bracket Game, where they did pickleball betting in real life. They just did 6x6 soccer or football, I think in Nigeria with some teams there. That was awesome to see. Sweetman has been bringing builders to base in Colombia. We've loved the energy that he's brought to help bring Latin America on chain. Undefined has built FAR cards, which has been a really cool kind of new experience layered on top of Farcaster. And then Stephen Mail and I think one other person on his team have been shipping consistent accessibility improvements to base.org. So there's a ton more people who we can't mention. There's literally thousands of people building on base every day right now. But these were 10 awesome builders that we saw make an impact over the last month that we wanted to give a shout out to. So just join me in giving them a huge round of applause and giving a huge round of applause to all the other incredible builders in the world who've been helping make base what it is. And so with that, we are at the end of our regularly scheduled program, and I wanted to just open it up for questions and Q&A to see if folks had anything top of mind.
I've been grateful to have this some of my questions be answered in the chat, and I appreciate you doing it. I love building on base for everybody here. My questions were around maybe there's a need to create some guides, which I can probably help with on my end as well. But I'm thinking about the smart wallet being used across multiple devices, and for normies that are firing them up immediately on multiple devices and not knowing that they may have to set up a Google Pass key versus Apple Pass key to make sure that now they take the wallet across to another machine, yep, they can still use that same wallet. How I can create docs to help with that. I'm going to do some testing, but I'm just thinking, is there any existing documentation around one wallet across multiple machines?
Yeah, that's a great question. So the way the smart wallet kind of like basic configuration works is you can add a passkey, and then if you have that passkey across other devices, you can use it there. And so for most people who are going to be, all Apple devices, they're going to be able to just use it across all their Apple devices because it's synced there. If they're using Chrome everywhere, they're going to be able to use it in Chrome across all their devices because it syncs through Chrome. Same thing with Microsoft. If you're using Windows everywhere, you're going to be able to sync it there. Google through Android. So that's kind of the base case, and we expect that to cover about like 70 to 80% of users. Now, like you're saying, there are users that have multiple devices that kind of don't have a shared passkey syncing system. And so what you can do for that is you can actually add another passkey. And we can definitely build better documentation and user flows for this, but it's possible to have multiple passkeys where you can have one on your Mac device and one on your Windows device. Both can sign on the same smart wallet. And so with both of those, you'll actually be able to use the same smart wallet across both devices. We are going to be making that better and better over time, so it's more intuitive for users, so it's easier to add new ones, so that you can configure which devices do you want to have full control versus less control, so you can add multiple approvals. So if you want to have higher number of approvals for larger dollar size transactions, all of that is going to happen in time, but to start, you can still add multiple passkeys across multiple platforms.
Okay, and just one more question on that. I'm still again wrapping my head around because I'm very used to having all the books of all my past of all my seed phrases right in the current
Yep.
architecture we have. So thinking about this now, and I can pretty much swap those in and out on a machine as I go from machine to machine. So if I already set up a pass keys, maybe I'm not averse to pass keys, but if I want to just delete all my pass keys and start fresh right now and test what you just said, is there a place that I can go and delete all my pass keys for all my
Yep.
wallets so far?
Yep. So if you go to wallet.com, there's a whole configuration and like management flow. You can just tap into settings and you can add additional signers and manage them there. So that's wallet.coinbase.com, and that's going to get better and better basically as we keep making this better. And really, folks, I would look at this initial version of the smart wallet as an MVP. We started working on this literally at the beginning of January, and our goal was to get it out as fast as possible in the first version that we could get in the hands of builders so y'all could start giving us feedback on what can be better. We're already starting to write the V2 contracts of it that will add a ton more functionality, like session keys, so you don't have to do approvals constantly in app, like multi-sig, so that you can actually have dual approvals for things, like upgrading to use Keyspace, which is this really cool product we've been building that's an infrastructure product that will let the smart wallet work across every single L2 and L3 by default with no additional work. And so the more feedback you can give us of like, this works well, this doesn't work well, here's a gap, we're going to then really quickly integrate that into the product experience and the infrastructure and make it better.
Awesome. Well, yeah, I'll continue to test and provide my feedback on the channels.
I love it.
I've been joining all the calls, so I appreciate your time.
Yeah, I love it, Joe. Thanks for asking the question. And if you do want to write a guide about it or make vertical video or whatever, please do that and share it with us. We'd love to share those things. The more content we can have of folks using the smart wallet in cool ways, the better time we're going to have onboarding more people to it.
For sure. Is there a best way to send those videos that I make and stuff like that?
I think Discord or the base builder chat that Will can share a link to.
Okay, awesome. Will do. Thank you, guys.
Love it. Yeah, thank you. I'm looking for the queue. I think let's take Mick. You want to go next?
Yeah, what's up, Jesse? Mike here. And I have a quick question just about the implementation of the smart wallet in terms of the experimental packages you get with WagMe. I was just kind of curious, when do you see other wallet adoption outside of just WagMe experimental?
Yeah. So, I mean, it's already supported in like Rainbow Kit and Connect Kit and Third Web. So I'd say like starting to have basic support, but I think it's just going to get more and more over the next few months. So we're in touch with every single team and working very actively with them. And so, you know, it'll kind of trickle in, but I feel pretty confident that like over the next month or so, it'll be supported on every single product. We are also, just to kind of make the plug, starting to build what we think is going to be like a best-in-class toolkit for building on-chain apps. So this is called Onchain Kit. It's going to be mostly UI components. So the idea is to give builders like y'all UI components for identity and wallet connection and swapping and bridging and borrowing and lending, like literally anything you could do in an app. We want to give you a UI component to do it that you can customize. So it's still very early in that. We're working towards like a V1 right now. And Leo, who's on the call right now, he can share a link on that in the chat. And then if you have more questions, you can hit him up on Twitter or Discord or whatever to kind of like get involved and try that out. We'd love any feedback there as well.
Dope. Thank you.
Awesome. April team, I think you're next with question.
Yes. Hi, Jesse. Lando here. Just had a quick question regarding the smart wallet and the key space. Is the key space, is that what frees like the vendor lock-in for the smart wallet? Because that's just my only concern long term.
Yeah, and you're saying, when you're saying vendor lock-in, what is your concern, just so I can understand it?
No, I mean, if for example, if like you need to I think the Coinbase IDP, I think account or platform, you need to be like verified with Coinbase. If you don't have a Coinbase account or you can't get a Coinbase account, how do you utilize these services long term?
Good question. So this is a really important thing about the smart wallet. The smart wallet does not require a Coinbase account. Anyone, anywhere in the world can use the smart wallet, can set it up, and you do not require a Coinbase account to access it. The contracts are fully open source. We have one signer that we're building on top of it, keys.coinbase.com, but you can also add other signers. They just interact with the smart wallet just like someone would interact it with a safe. And so I expect we're going to have alternate UIs for the smart wallet contracts, just like people have alternate UIs for safes. And so there's no vendor lock-in for the smart wallet. It's fully open source. Anyone can use it, and it doesn't require a Coinbase account. So that's a really important fact. Now, on Keyspace, one of the challenges with the smart wallet right now is that it is hard to manage all of the key configuration across a bunch of different chains, because we literally have to replicate like the passkey configuration to every single chain that the smart wallet is deployed on. It's deployed on 9 chains right now. And so anytime we want to add a new chain, it adds cost, because like if you rotate your key, we then have to rotate that key across 9 chains. And that's not sustainable as we move towards a world where there's hundreds or thousands of chains. And so what Keyspace is, and if you want to check out Keyspace, you can go to key.space, is a solution to that. And it's a special purpose, very, very narrow ZK rollup that rolls up to L1, and its only role is storing key configuration data for the smart wallet. So when we upgrade to use Keyspace in the second half of this year, that means that you will set your key once or rotate a key once, and that will automatically percolate to every single chain. And so it will just work across every single chain. And that's going to be a huge step function improvement in terms of support for chains, because now every chain is going to get the smart wallet by default. And it's going to be a huge step function improvement in cost, because now whenever you change your key or rotate a key or create a new wallet, you don't need to go and configure that across every chain and do a transaction across every chain. You just do one transaction. It works everywhere. So this design was actually something that Vitalik wrote the initial specification for. He wrote a very high level specification. We did an MVP of that specification, like a more thorough specification. And then we just launched the testnet of this like a month ago. And we're working towards a mainnet launch in the second half of this year with the smart wallet as the first consumer of it.
Great. Thanks. Thank you for that, Jesse.
Yeah, awesome. Luis?
Do you hear me?
Yeah.
Hey, Jesse, how are you? Philly Rami here. Yeah. So I'm building a learning platform for everything Degen and everything Base and everything Farcaster too. And I'm wondering, how can I contact you to get some sponsorships for IRL events that we're going to have here in Chile. So we have ETH Santiago coming up in June 27, and we have Nouns Amigos, some IRL events with them. And yeah, basically that, how we can connect and do some on-chain summer things. It's winter in here, so
yeah,
I was joking
winter
about not being able to be participating in this on-chain summer, but yeah.
Sí, qué bueno. Y hablo español, entonces
Hablo
Kush,
español también, Jesse.
Sí, no muy bueno, pero puedo entender más
No,
que
está bien.
puedo hablar. Y Will habla español muy bien. Sí.
Will habla mucho mejor.
Will. Sí, Will habla mucho.
Mejor.
Sí. Entonces, yeah, so reach out to Kush, reach out to Sarah. We love supporting folks doing IRL events, meetups. We have a whole program for it, so reach out to them.
Yeah. So are they on webcast, or because I only have your contact, and I was well, congrats for getting married, but at the same time I was like, who do I talk to, right?
Yep, Sarah just dropped her dropped a Telegram in the chat.
Okay, nice, Sarah. And yeah, thank you for everything. You're doing great. Congratulations on your marriage and on your honeymoon. Honeymoon,
thank you.
Right?
Honeymoon.
Yeah. Honeymoon. So yeah.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Of course. Nikolai.
Oh.
Hi, Jesse. Awesome work. I'm building a gaming live stream platform, and we got we just did something. We're going to get 500,000 people to see our meme token up on this show. And I'm just wondering, you guys have a new system to send meme tokens and send tokens. You guys have 100 tokens that you can send through text messages, I believe. So what do we have to do to get on there? Is it a volume thing? Is it an MCAP thing? Or do we have to, do I have to dox myself so that you can trust who I am? Like, what do I have to do here?
It's a good question. So we have added support for 100 tokens, but our goal is to add support for every token. And the reason we added support for 100 is because we had some like performance stuff we need to work through with the 100 with like the way it was built, and that was the like scale that we could add it to. But we should be scaling that to like every token in the next month or so. Drop your ticker in the chat here. If anyone else is in the chat here who has a meme that's not yet supported, drop it in the chat. And I will flag it to the team as well and see if we can get them added before we add support for everything. Cool. And Sarah or Will, can you actually just make a note of those tickers so that we can grab them for later and share them with the team?
Yeah,
thank you.
Them right now.
Awesome. Bumpcast, fun. I like your icon.
Hi there. How are you doing?
We're doing good.
My name is Delilah, and that's actually the platform my team and I are working on building this on-chain summer. So basically, it's pump.fun, but only for base coins. My question was going to be about how do we get support to integrate the Coinbase wallet to our platform? Yep. But now that I heard you speaking about the smart wallet, I'm wondering if we can do that as well.
Yeah, you should definitely just integrate the smart wallet. That's going to be like, especially if you guys are trying to onboard new people, that's going to be the fastest, easiest way to onboard them. They don't need a separate app. They don't need a separate extension. They can just get started. So I would really encourage you to do that. You can do it at smartwallet.dev. Will has that there. You know, it's supported in all of the aggregators like Rainbow Kit and Wallet Connect and Privy. And so, yeah, smart wallet's going to be the best way to onboard new people.
All right, thank you so much, and congratulations on your wedding. I'm half hoping that you do reach the 10 billion mark, but before then, and kind of hoping that you don't. It's bittersweet either ways.
Yeah, well, if we don't, you know, I think whenever we hit the 10 billion mark, we're gonna have to make a plan for how I'm gonna go bald. We have Basecamp coming up in August, and it may be that we want to live stream the shaving of my head at Basecamp. That could be a fun activity for everyone, but we got to figure it out.
Yeah, I'm totally here for it. Well, thank you so much. And
yeah, thanks for building on base.
Thank you.
Oscar.
Hey, Jesse. It's really nice meeting you. I really appreciate everything that you're doing, especially with the low fees transaction. And it's just a quick question. You mentioned that it's already integrated in the Rainbow Kit. So, for example, I have been building apps using the Rainbow Kit. Yep. Is it something that I need to update, or because I haven't dived too deep into that?
Yeah. So all you need to do is you basically just need to bump your Rainbow Kit version. I'm not sure exactly what if you go to smartwallet.dev/checklist, this is a whole checklist that will talk you through how to make sure your app is supported for that. And if you, let's see, there's like a wallet library support. So you can just click here and that will show you like what version of Rainbow Kit, or I guess it just says it's updated. So I would just upgrade to the latest version of Rainbow Kit and you should be good.
Sounds good. Thank you.
Yeah. Awesome. Any other questions?
My question was really like in the beginning about the support. Like I see that page has a lot of wallets on it. I struggle with the auxiliary fund support. I guess my question was more about the magic spend. Are those two different things?
Yeah, I think that's a separate thing. The best person for you to annoy about that, Mike, is Wilson Cusack. And Tina, are you in can you I think probably the best place. You can just drop it in Telegram or in Discord, wherever you are. If you just share like what you're struggling with or where you're not seeing support, I'll tag in Wilson and Tina, and we'll make sure that they get on it.
Based.
Okay. Well, thanks everybody for tuning in to this Base Builder Friday. You have an awesome Friday and a great weekend, and stay based and keep building. Bye, y'all.